Prime Minister Justin Trudeau making an announcement in Surrey. We'll take you there live.
Canada, and we're implementing a mandatory buyback. We'll continue working together with provinces, territories, Indigenous communities and municipalities to build safer communities free from firearm violence. We will continue
to listen to the expert advice of police and doctors on the consequences of violence. We will continue to be there for families and those who are demanding that we do more to protect our communities.
Again, I want to thank the advocates, those who are here today and those out across the country. Thank you for your strength. Thank you for your perseverance. For too many of you, loss and grief is at the heart of what brings you here today. And we are deeply grateful that you continue to stand for a better Canada. We thank you for all those efforts to build a safer future for all our kids, for all our communities. Before I pass it to Marco, I want to highlight that I know you had the opportunity to visit the Burnaby detachment of the RCMP this morning. Our hearts go out to the family of Constable Shaylin Yang, and of course that means her family, but also her larger family of RCMP, of police and peace officers across the province and across the country who stand with her. We continue to remain pledged to doing everything we can to ensure that our communities are safer, to make sure that people suffering from mental health and those mental health challenges and distress, and those who are on the front lines to help them and serve them, are able to get the support and resources they need. Merci tout le monde. Je suis content de passer.
Everyone, I'd like to pass the floor to Marco Mendicino.
Merci, Premier Ministre. Bonjour tout le monde.
Prime Minister.
And,
hello,
thank
everyone.
you to Randeep and our entire caucus in Surrey and in the Greater Vancouver area for the stellar leadership that you are showing, not only on public safety but on affordability and a wide range of issues. I want to thank you as well, Eileen, for being here, and I'll come to you in a moment. But before I move to the substance of the announcement, which the Prime Minister, of course, covered, I do want to take a moment to express, on behalf of the Prime Minister and our government, our profound sympathies to Shaylin Yang, the constable who worked in the Burnaby detachment, who sadly lost her life. In speaking with the team that she worked with this morning, I was struck by her dedication and her passion not only to keeping our communities safe, but to mental health issues. Prior to becoming a Mountie, she was an advocate, and then was recruited to work on the front lines. And the other thing that I learned from her team this morning was that she was a warrior. And it's quite clear to me from the way in which they imparted the events of that tragic day to me, that had she not stood up with bravery and courage, that more lives would have been lost. And so to her father, who I know is here, to her partner, Simone, to all of the family of the policing community here in Burnaby and across the country, our hearts go out to you, and we will continue to do whatever we can. And indeed, this has been a difficult time for the law enforcement community. Yesterday, in my home province of Ontario, I was present at the funeral of the two fallen police officers in South Simcoe, to Constables Northrup and Russell. We heard similar stories, in both cases from their colleagues. Constable Northrup had finished his shift that night before he went out into the community, and he took that call voluntarily. And Constable Russell had 33 years on in service, and he could have retired 3 years ago. And this is the uncommon dedication that we see across the country. The women and men who put on the uniform, who put on the badge, who are trying to keep our community safe, who are prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice every day that I'm thinking about today. I'm thinking about them. I'm thinking about the families like Eileen. And the last time we were here was in the spring, and I remember, Eileen, it was around May 31st, which was Christopher's birthday, and today we're here in and around the anniversary of his death. And even though those are two difficult bookends to a life that was tragically cut short by gun violence, it is his memory, it is you that inspires us to do the work that we are doing today. It is all of the advocates, I wish that everybody could see, but they're all here, from municipal leadership to local grassroots organizations like SAFE and Options. I cannot thank you enough. As the Prime Minister said, it is because of your perseverance through that tragedy and through that loss that we are able to do the work that we are doing today, which of course includes the national handgun freeze. And the Prime Minister has outlined the highlights, but just to underline it, going forward today, it will be illegal to buy, sell, transfer, or bequeath handguns. This is a significant stride forward towards a smart, sensible gun policy to keep our communities safe. Why are we taking this decision? Because we've seen gun crime go up. We've seen handgun crime go up. 45 to 55,000 new registrations on average for the last decade, while at the same time seeing handguns overtake and become the #1 type of gun used in homicides. C'est inacceptable. Ça, c'est la raison qu'il faut gérer
unacceptable,
sur un
and this
dossier
is why
qui
we
touche
need
tout le
to
monde.
freeze these.
Okay, we were listening live to Marco Mendicino, as well as Prime Minister Justin Trudeau making an announcement in Surrey this hour, announcing a national handgun ban. This, as Bill C-21 is still currently being debated in the House.